Okay guys, as per Sal's request, I'm just going to go over Bitcoin and Ethereum. So start on the weekly chart here, and as you can see, we've obviously had a really good run, nothing but bullish candles. This doesn't actually happen that often on Bitcoin, that we get so many bullish weekly candles in a row, and whenever it does, we got a lot here. I'm going to expect to have a pullback at some point, so there's nothing to be concerned about with the pullback. The candle that we're forming here is like a large doji, sort of an indecision candle, so it's not really giving us any indication of which way it'll go after this. But it's nothing really to be concerned about. We'll jump down onto the daily, on the daily now, and let's just have a look what we've got here. So we've got a little bit of resistance. So the purple lines there are my weekly resistance. So if we come down here, see that is the close of the 2017 bull market there, and I've got another one at the top of the wick which probably presents some resistance there as well. So we've come up to that resistance and had a bit of a correction. Just get rid of the RSI for a second, and let's have a look at what the fibs are telling us. Yep, cool. So the pullback on the daily is not even that deep. We haven't even come down to the 382, so there is of course the possibility that we do continue down further and make it to the 382. We could even go as deep as the 618, but I don't think that's likely in a bull market. I think it's more likely that we get caught by the 382, or that we go upwards from here. And you can see we are printing we have printed a reversal pattern. Now I would consider this candle to be a confirmation candle of that reversal. I don't think it has to be as even an even size to the one that led in. It just has to be a good strength candle, which that is. What do we got there? It starts at 17,150, 17,770. So it's $600 candle. That's pretty good. Down onto the 4 hour. Yep. So the 4 hour, we've got a double bottom reversal pattern there. So how the double bottom works, guys, is basically it's just a failure to put in another low. So we've coming down here, we've made a low, we've made a high there, and then if it was going to start a downtrend, you'd expect to see a lower low, but that hasn't happened. We've put in a double bottom instead, which usually indicates a change of trend. Okay, and now we've started trending upwards. We haven't really got a strong trend on the 4 hour yet. We've got a top there, we've got a high there, a low there, and another high there. They're not really major highs or lows yet. I might be about to put in a major high there, so it's looking pretty good to continue the uptrend. We've also got a local resistance support area that I've highlighted here, and so far we've reclaimed that. So far it's holding. We're just sitting underneath it at the moment. Really want to see it close above that. If it closes below that, we might consider taking profits on our trade, but I would probably give it a little while and see how it reacts before just closing the trade. But yeah, it could be a good idea if we get a close under there to take profits. Jump down some lower time frames. On the lower time frames, the trend up looks better. So getting a bit of a pullback there, but that's still part of a healthy trend. No reason to be concerned. So that's Bitcoin for the time being. Jump over to Ethereum. Start on the weekly again. You can see I've got my resistance areas in here. So we've actually we've touched a resistance area just here and pulled back. It's looking very much the same as Bitcoin with this indecision candle. So we're going to have to wait to see what the next candle does before we know what our larger trend is doing. But if we come down to the daily here, so I've just highlighted this daily, this doji here as a point of support and resistance, and we did get some support on it, but then we broke through and was trading underneath that now. So I wouldn't be getting too bullish on Ethereum until we close above this. That's on the daily. Jump down to the 4 hour, see how we look. Yep, so on the 4 hour, we didn't put in that double bottom with Bitcoin, but we have started to trend up. So we've got a higher high. So there's our lower high there from the move from up here. The lower high, we put in a lower low, but now we've got a higher high, which indicates a change of trend. We're just having a bit of a pullback now. We expect to see some resistance here. So yep, if you're holding bags of Ethereum, there's no reason to sell them or anything like that. I'd be holding on. And when we get up here, we might start to look at some long positions if we get some setups that we like. Now, the other thing I want to have a look at is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I posted a chart of this before, but we've got a bit of a trend that's holding through here. I've also highlighted these two areas. We've got a doji over here. That's sort of the most relevant one. I probably could have highlighted this one here as well, which would also provide some support, and you can actually see that it got a perfect touch there. Perfect candle closes right on that doji. So if you haven't watched my video about doji support and resistance, go back and watch that. But the dojis before large moves, like that's a big single print right there. Well, a single print being a very large candle. Made that move in one print. If you get a doji before that, it does leave behind an area of support. So it's come back down, it's found that support. I actually had bounces on both of these dojis, so it had a bounce, a close here, okay, then it's lost that, it's found support on this one. So now that we're trading up above here again, I've also just put in a level that I can see here that we're getting support off of. So I've got a lot of support here. In fact, you know, I mean, if you're trading against Bitcoin, I don't usually bother you know, making trade calls Ethereum versus Bitcoin, because most of us are already holding Ethereum in our portfolios. We've already weighted our portfolio towards Ethereum because of what it's doing versus Bitcoin at the moment, and this just gives us no reason to change that at the moment. It's sitting on a trend line that's supporting it, and it's got 3 areas of support underneath it. So all indications are that that's probably going to continue upwards. And yeah, when we get up to here again, we're watching to see if we get a reaction. If we can break through there, then let's just jump back up onto the daily. Yep, so if we get over that it'll be all go, I think, as far as altcoins. If you sort of use Ethereum as a yardstick for all altcoins, if that gets above there and takes off, I think we're going to see a pretty big alt season.